He's a joy to watch. I would love to have a...
Much involved with what's going on. There's Rui Jorge. Just trying to look at what Manchester United are doing tactically early on. John O'Shea.
Scholes is just playing in a slightly advanced position. Jemba and Nicky Butt are holding in the middle of the park, allowing Scholes to get forward to support Billy on. And they're playing a little free area. Now, he's a clever player, and you've got to be a clever player to use that role very well. So they need to get the ball to him if nobody's going to pick him.
Now Ronaldo. Really good, bright, sharp start to the game.
As you say, a big test for him, but I'm sure he'll rise to the occasion.
Another rather loose kick from Barthez, but
who can come out, draw a midfield player to him, and then slide that ball in, and that's where Ferdinand is top quality.
Twist and turn by Ronaldo. Pinto trying to pick him out.
Different levels, different age groups, and here we see him coming on the ball. Terrific balance. Look at that lovely little trick that he has, and is prepared.
The 21 international. I know that you saw him take apart England's under-21 side, along with a couple of others.
Well, the charisma has gone, and
seemed to there.
Well, you mentioned about him being a young player, and that's an area they will of course work at. They will try to develop that part of his game.
Now Hugo, quite sure what he's doing there. Here's Ronaldo.
Yes, you talked about the under-21.
Here's O'Shea. Won by Ronaldo. And there's terrific play from the youngster, and he's managed to David Bellion. He's right at the start of it now, but what joy for him that he's got the chance. Ronaldo. Too much of a joy for O'Shea playing against him, and Ronaldo to swing one. Barthez was behind it all the way.
What did I say about finishing?
Might to have a go at playing right back up against Ronaldo at the moment. Fine effort from Ronaldo.
Well, that was a fantastic shot, and there was a great camera view because you could see
how he picked that up.
Well, it was very tight, and sometimes when you play against him, this is this young magician again, and you can see he's such quick feet, and he's two super feet.
Ronaldo. Another little trick that he's got in his...
He's a joy to watch. I would love to have a... I think he can play in a variety of roles. He's fantastic attitude. Some of his finishing is exceptional. And he's just simply a great team player.
Rui Jorge. The prod forward and dart forward by Ronaldo.
Careful coaching when to play him, when to leave him out, and just continue to encourage him all the time. I just think
well, it's a clever ball and a chance for Rui Jorge to cross, and surely a tap in here.
Decision who goes for it, the goalkeeper, the back four. Here we see it, and you can see the space. Two players there, three-man United. This is a huge task, and certainly against a team like this where you need that one striker up to hold the ball, it's a test.
It was good pace again by Luis Felipe, and Ronaldo it was who rose, but Luis Felipe is proving a real handful for Quinton Fortune.
Well, here's a cross coming in. I actually thought it had gone out of play. Poor defending, I've got to say. Ronaldo, big guy and all as he is, his great strength isn't in the air. With two players, Man United players, he's smacking his head saying it should have done.
Rui Jorge, who provided the cross for the goal, scored by Luis Felipe. Real tenacity from Custodio. Pinto.
I think they'll be a little bit frustrated because they have had possession on quite a few occasions and really not created anything. But they haven't opened up the defence, and now we see this young man's confidence once again.
Luis Felipe is
but he got across with the left. He did what he had to do, keep it out.
Here's Ronaldo, another wonderful trick, and he's trying another against O'Shea.
Well, he's a star of the show, I've got to say.
4 years younger. Ronaldo again. Richardson. Now Djemba. Ronaldo's back trying to help out here against Nicky Butt. Looked long for Elpidio.
It's been a no mean performance from Sporting so far. They've played really as well as any team has played against Man United in this pre-season. They've passed the ball well, there's good shape, there's a great appetite, and they've given Man U a real test to get a victory.
A horrible bubble there on Kieran Richardson.
I was actually going to say that, although the pitch is super, it appears as if it's really cutting up. We saw Barthez, and it might be the undersurface, but certainly it isn't lending itself at the moment for well organised, good organisation from the back, and that's always an important place to start. And they've been solid there, and of course this young man Ronaldo, they've had the star of the show, so Man United, they'll go in the dressing room, they'll be looking to do something very positive, because they haven't really performed as well as they can. Those players, I just think he's an exceptional striker, and everybody else is second. There's Henry, Van Nistelrooy, and I think they're the two best strikers in the world at the moment. So for Man United,
we shall see. And someone else joined the West Ham exodus that just seems to get worse and worse for West Ham fans every day. Here comes Sporting Lisbon though. It's Ronaldo starts where he left off. Elpidio with a little step over.
I think for me,
now Fortune is Bellion. Rochenbach. Seems strange seeing him with that long hair.